Well, welcome everyone to episode 90 of 1 Hour, 1 Decision, 1H1D. I am Chris.
And I am Tom.
And we take 60 minutes and play a random game on Xbox Game Pass and decide we don't want to be playing with rats, do we?
I think you play as children,
Okay.
and then rats get involved.
Somehow in this game, yes. This episode, we're going to be talking about A Plague Tale, not A Plague's Tale.
No.
Innocence. This is
the
developed by us. Oh, sorry. Go ahead.
The Innocents are the children. I think.
Yes, the children, not the rats. And this game was developed by Asobo Studios. And it came out back in May of 2019. It's a little while back, 3 years or so. And I played this on the PC as usual. 41.8 gigabytes on the PC. Tom, what about you?
They managed to save 500 megabytes on the Xbox One. So good job at 41.3 gigabytes.
Okay, Asobo. You know, Asobo is a pretty versatile company, I gotta say. I'm surprised Microsoft hasn't bought them yet. Because we've played a couple of other games. We played Zoo Tycoon.
Yeah.
Obviously we played this game. I don't know. Wait, we didn't play Flight Simulator, did we? But they made that game too, and now A Plague Tale. So they've got some talent over there, I gotta say.
Yeah. Diverse.
So very diverse. But speaking of diversity, what kind of game is this?
It's the game isn't all that diverse. It's a third-person adventure game with stealth elements.
I mean, diverse compared to their other games.
Fair. That's true. I'll give you that.
Not this particular game being diverse.
Yeah.
Dark, yes. Maybe not so much diverse. But I put third-person stealth adventure game, which, we just kind of flip things around here and there.
Same words, different order.
Yeah, exactly. So, and what about that game loop?
I like yours. I have experience a narrative punctuated by stealth and action sequences.
Yeah. I mean, that's a nice, filtered down every essence of the game. I just put keep the siblings alive while sneaking past people.
Yes. That those are the stealth and action sequences I talked about.
Yeah. So Plague Tale Innocence, you play as Amicia, I believe is her name.
Yep, Amicia.
And you are trying to keep your little brother, which I've already forgotten his name, alive.
Yes.
It was something European.
Yes. Well, they're French.
Well, French is in Europe.
Yeah, I'm not disagreeing. I'm saying that's what they are. They're a French family.
Yes, and I believe like you said, this is taking place in some I think medieval or
This is during the Inquisition and during the bubonic plague is when this is set.
Yeah. So that's the setting if you haven't played this game yet. And what did we like about this game?
Okay. Like I talked about in SnowRunner before it, I was very happy with this game's tutorial. I liked the way that the tutorial is integrated into the narrative. Right. So you're playing through it, and as you need to do, you're showing off to your dad, and you're knocking apples off a tree, and chasing your dog, and it was a good way of a good fun way to introduce these characters, set the tone for the game, but also teach you the controls all at the same time. I think it was really well integrated.
Yeah, they unlike a game we played recently, Umurangi Generation, where they kept the tutorial completely separate from the game.
Yes.
Yeah, I agree with you. It was nice to be able to get familiar with the characters and the gameplay at the same time, which was cool. I totally agree with you on that. I thought the game overall looked pretty good. It was a nice looking game. All things considered, it came out 3 years ago.
Yep.
You would think things like games like this would start to show a little bit of age and stuff like that, but no,
Mm-hmm.
it still, I think, holds up pretty well. And I thought that they did a good job, not only in the tutorial of introducing characters, but like setting the scene
Yeah.
of what's happening and adding intrigue. So I thought the tale in itself was, kept me going.
I
It
definitely
kept
have
me interested.
questions.
Yeah, exactly. It did a good job about that. And what about the actual gameplay, Tom? I thought that the stealth mechanics worked pretty well.
Yeah. I thought it was, you've got there's a couple of things. You pick up items and you toss them over there, toss them at the right things to make noise, throw rocks, throw clay pots. She has a sling, but you can't really use the sling if guys are close because it makes too much noise. Like, they did a good job of balancing it, and you have options to make your brother wait and then run to you. So it was cool.
Yeah. The this game was pretty bloody too. What an opening sequence. I mean, after the tutorial part, what a sequence to deal with. Like, spoiler, I guess, the first hour, you watch your whole family get slaughtered.
Yeah.
And like your whole family, like your whole, I guess, fiefdom, or, and they just get completely destroyed by the Inquisition. And they're looking for the boy, your brother.
Yeah.
Interestingly, because like the mom was doing something to the kid to try to heal him, but like what is it? What's going on? Why does he need to be healed? Like, what is he doing? All little things, seeds of interest, or of wanting to keep the player motivated and going. Because I can see how a stealth game like this, without a interesting narrative, could get pretty boring pretty quickly.
Yeah. I think they did a really good job of pacing, like with doling out these sequences where like you had just enough of the stealth sequence, and it's like, okay, now you've got to like run for your life. Like stealth's broken, you got to run, run, and then it's like, okay, you get to a checkpoint type situation. Now you have plot. There's narrative. We introduce a character. The character explains some lore to you. Now you're back to doing stealth. Like they do a good job of balancing the different elements of the game, so that it's never too much of any one element all at once.
Right. Yeah, I totally agree with you on that. And this, like, it was a pretty polished game overall, I think.
Yeah.
So it was cool to kind of go through that and play it so far. And is there anything else you want to bring up, or shall we talk about things that we
well, I do to following up on that point about polish. I think they did a really good job of making the characters that they've got in this game likable and engaging, so that you get in that first hour. I feel like you get a pretty good idea of what's going on, but still have questions about what's really going on.
Right.
The voice acting is good. The models and the environments and everything like that, while it's 3 years old, are not distracting in any way. It's not this weird, uncanny thing. It's like, okay, I'm totally bought in. I'm interested in these characters. I want to know what's going on and what's happening.
Interestingly, I was, when I was like playing the game, I was looking at the main character's face. It kind of reminded me of The Last of Us, like the art style, kind of.
Yes, I could see
just
that.
Like, because it's not realistic. It's close to realistic, but not necessarily realistic. So it's like, it's that kind of like, it won't age as much.
Yeah,
as
they've
if they
went done a good job. Yeah, like kind of putting a little bit of a artistic touch to it that moves it, like you said, just out of being like hyper real into a place where it's like, it's real enough that it's, engaging, but doesn't age quite as quickly as Bleeding Edge usually does.
For sure. So
I think on to the not so good stuff, unfortunately.
Yeah.
So,
I
Chris, let me say something really quick here because
yeah.
you touched on it already. Dude, what the hell? Why are you killing everybody that I like here? Like, you're going to take my dog, you're going to take my dad, you're going to take my mom. Like, is there anybody left? I got this bratty little brother left. This is all I got.
The brother was kind of a butt. You can't deny that. And like the way that they took the dog away, oh man, that was pretty. For all you dog lovers, that might have been pretty horrible to see.
Yeah.
Like it was pretty gruesome. And yeah, like it was. There's so much bloodshed in that first hour, like first 15 minutes.
Yeah.
Really,
Very
it got
quickly.
really dark really quickly. And the thing though that kind of pulled me away a bit is when we were like when you're in the game, like playing in game and you're like having conversations, stuff like that, the characters didn't emote properly. Like they would the lips would move and stuff like that. Like they would move their bodies around, but like everything from the nose up was just soulless. Like they no eyebrow movements, no like scrunching of the noses, nothing like that. So it was like it just felt like it took me out of the game a little bit.
Okay.
And but to your point though, the voice acting was good, and you know the characters overall was still likable, and like it was good in that sense. I also was just a little confused that every rock was conveniently in a bag
Yes.
for your character.
That is funny. I didn't think of it, but yeah.
I was like, why is every rock in a bag? I mean that like again that because the game was pretty like they did a great job of setting up the world and like um in their own artistic way. It again, it was just something like it just like felt more gamey than anything because it's just like, oh, here's a bag of rocks. Like, why can't I pick up just a small piece like small rock and use it as a sling or throw it around or whatever it is that I'm doing.
Huh.
So I don't
Who left all these rocks out here, right?
know.
Who
In
who left
bags.
who put all the rupees in the grass, right?
Yeah, yeah,
Why are all the
exactly. It's
rupees in
just
the pots? Who's doing this?
I don't know. We'll never know because Link will never say a word to us. It's a piece of crap
Like
that he is.
he'll stop slashing all your grass and smashing all your pots when you stop putting rupees in there.
Yeah, it's true. It's 100% true. What else did you not like about this game?
Okay, well, you said all the characters are likable. That's not entirely true. Your mom is a bitch.
How dare you? How dare you, Thomas?
She is mean.
Yeah, she is kind of mean. Yeah. Oh, you're talking about the game.
Yeah,
mom.
no,
Okay,
not
yes.
your mom. Your mom, Chris. No, the character's mom. Amicia's
Right,
mom.
okay.
Amicia's mom is a mean to Amicia.
She is mean.
And I'm like, why are you so mean to your daughter?
Yeah, she clearly favors the little boy.
Yes, 100%.
But you know, it you know that's it's those times, right? Like she knows that he will bring the bloodline.
Yeah.
Continue the bloodline, whereas she gets married off and gets
right
continue someone else's bloodline. Maybe that's what it is. Or maybe it's something that this mysterious kid has.
And you can also tell that she's definitely daddy's girl. So there's that, right?
Yeah.
Like you read that relationship pretty fast where it's like,
right.
Okay, the dad favors the little girl, his firstborn child, and the mom favors this little boy. So
yeah. I didn't get to see any rats in my playthrough yet.
Nor did I. Well, I saw a lot in those intro sequences and things.
Yeah.
But zero rats in the game. I think they're coming.
Where did you stop? I mean, I'm curious, like if we got any further.
I got to the point where my little brother ran away. That's where I had to stop. I don't know how much further you.
Oh wow, I got to the point. Wait, you say he ran away from me, from you, your character after meeting the lady, the old lady?
Yes.
Okay, yeah, I went further than that. I got to the point where you meet like a priest.
Okay.
I think right after that is when the rats show up.
Okay.
I think. So yeah, I didn't see any rats yet. I don't know what the deal is. Obviously, I mean, my thought is that the rats are the things that, destroyed your dog in front of you and stuff like that. But I don't know why they're doing that. Who knows? What else? Anything else you wanted to bring up here about
I've got a couple of things.
Okay.
So one of the reasons clearly that you got further than me is that I died a few times. And when you die, you have to watch these kids get killed and beat up and stuff. And it's just hard to watch.
Yeah.
Like I'm not interested in seeing that. I want to take care of these kids. I don't want to watch them get grabbed and stabbed.
Yeah, that's true. It was a very cruel world. You saw someone like burnt alive.
Yep.
And all that stuff. It was again, very, very dark stuff that was happening during this time period. And it was very heavy story.
Yeah. And I put that here too. It's the hysteria caused by the plague, witnessing man's inhumanity towards man. Like this is like a heavy, dark story. This is not a pick me up story unless, at the end, everything comes out roses. The game is called A Plague Tale. I don't think that's what happens.
No, probably not. But anything else, or should we get into the other thoughts here?
Real quick, I do feel like you should be able to control this game. It feels like the kind of game where you should have some agency. And the fact of the matter is that this is a game that's on rails. Like, there's a plot. Things are going to happen. Amicia says some really mean stuff to her brother that makes him run away. And I'm like, what? Like, if I was in control of this character, that stuff would not have gotten said.
Right.
This kid would not run off. Like, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's like she went completely renegade, and I'm trying to play the game Paragon. Like,
right. Come on. I'm with you. The only kind of agency you have is upgrading your gear. There's apparently a crafting system.
Yes.
And, I'm meh about crafting systems, especially in this kind of story. Again, reminded me a bit of The Last of Us with that stuff.
Yes. The comparison is certainly fair.
Yeah. And it's weird because I don't want to play that game. I have no motivation whatsoever to play The Last of Us.
I played the first one. I loved it. I own the second one, and I still haven't played it. I bought it when it came out. Like, it's still in the wrap. I don't know what it is that makes me not play it, but here we are.
They've made 3 remakes of the first one already for you, Tom.
Yeah.
Before you've even opened the second one.
Yeah.
Like, come on. Get on it.
I got to get to it.
Yeah. So, any other thoughts about this game, though, Tom?
Well, it reminds me, and you just mentioned it. It reminds me of like an extra stealthy Uncharted, or really any kind of Naughty Dog game like Last of Us. Right. And so, as a consequence, I'm wondering, how long is this? And I'm hoping you have the answer for me.
Well, I do. How long to beat actually says this game takes about 10.5 to 12.5 hours to beat it.
Okay.
Not too bad.
I guess that's too bad. Those 2 hours are whether or not I'm good or not.
Yeah, exactly. That's one thing I actually didn't mention. There is no difficulty level, is there? You don't pick your difficulty.
Not that I saw. I saw a pretty comprehensive options menu, but I don't remember seeing a difficulty slider there.
Yeah. So... And again, another game, but I kind of understand as an older game, but no cloud saves. None whatsoever. You can't play this game on cloud or anything like that. You can install it on your PC, you can install it on your Xbox, but I don't believe your game saves transfer, which is unfortunate.
Yeah.
But, Tom, we got to find out, though. Is this game staying with us? Or are we throwing it to the rats?
Feeding it to the rats. Well,
but before we get to that, we wanted to let you know about our spectacular sponsor, Winner Winner. Winner Winner is a live arcade claw machine game available on Android and iOS, and it's 100% skill-based. Trust me, if you see me play my games, you know I'm not that great, and I still have won games on my first try. There's hundreds of prizes, even featuring gaming merch from Nintendo. Pick your prize from choices in your particular game, or bank your earnings with tickets to redeem any other prize you want from their wide selection. And for all you lovely people listening or watching our show, you can get bonus tokens on your first app token purchase. Download and create your account, then use the link in the episode's description to enter promo code DALE after you sign in. Check it out. It's clawsome.
I've got to say that I got invested in these characters and in this game very quickly, and my hour was like gone in a flash.
Yeah.
So I definitely think I could see myself finishing it. If it's not super long, and based on what you just told me, I do not consider that super long. So yeah, I'm going to keep this because 10, 12 hours. Yeah, I could definitely see myself playing this for another 9 to 11 hours.
Yeah, there you go. Yeah, and I'm with you. The story was intriguing enough. Again, I don't know why. I'm sure people will probably yell at me for this because it's like, if you could play this game, why can't you play The Last of Us? Right. I don't know. Maybe it's because I'm not.
It's the time. It's the time. This is set in the past. It doesn't. This you can pretend this is fantasy. Like, this never really happened.
Yeah. It might be that. I mean, because. And then maybe I'm just tired of zombie-ish games.
Yes.
That sure. I'm like, whatever. Like rats, okay, that's different. I'll play that.
And just straight mean people, right?
And mean people, yeah. I mean, both games have mean people in them, but
sure.
At least you get to see the mean people potentially get eaten by rats.
Yes.
So
I look forward to that.
Yeah, because there's some baddies. So yeah, we both are keeping this game, huh?
We are in agreement.
So those are our thoughts. Let us know what you think of this game. Follow us and say hello on Twitter at TC1H1D, or shoot us an email at TC1H1D@outlook.com. Check out our next streams on Twitch at twitch.tv/1H1D. And if you're watching this podcast on YouTube, send us a comment down below. We promise to read and even respond. As you know, or may not know, 1H1D is part of the QTV network. If you like gaming podcasts like ours, be sure to check out Quit the Build, a weekly gaming news podcast with all the stuff that they're doing, like YouTube, TikTok, blogs, etc. And to see that whole lineup, check out quitthebuild.com/network.
There's a whole network of shows.
Whole network.
Including
everyone's doing
ours.
Including ours. Because we're a part of it. Now we got to find out what we're playing next, don't we, Tom?
Yes. And I believe we are going back to the surprise me button.
We are. So here we go. We're going to find out what surprise me button has in store for us this time. Oh, I don't know. This is interesting. Worms, WMD.
Weapons of mass destruction? Worms of mass destruction.
Worms of mass destruction, maybe. But then it's like duplicating.
Worms.
Yeah, worms, mass destruction. Whatever. But that's interesting because I haven't played one of these games in ages.
Yeah, I think the last time that I played one of these games, we were in college together.
Yeah, possibly. Very possible. So that's what we're playing next, guys. And thank you so much, everyone, for tuning in to this episode. And we will catch you in the next one.
Thanks, everybody.